Hello, everyone. This is Mo from Mo in the Deep End, and we are going to talk some pop culture. Now, if you were a kid of look, I was born in the early 80s, but if you were a kid of the late 80s, early 90s, you were a He-Man kid, and or She-Ra if you were a girl, and your brother made you be She-Ra because you are a girl. And, you know, if you were big and maybe looking forward to the remake of The Masters of the Universe by Kevin Smith because you thought Kevin Smith was a fellow nerd and would kind of keep to canon and respect the fan base, well, that all went up like a flaming pile of poo last year, or maybe it was the year before that. But let's just say those of us who were fans of He-Man were less than pleased with Kevin Smith and company and Netflix general take on the whole thing because it turned into Teela, Hear Me Roar, female, uh, you know, basically He-Man is unalived in the first episode and Teela has to save the day. Nothing like a strong, empowered woman to come and save the day. We haven't seen that before 80 bajillion and 3 times, along with a female knight who definitely isn't her female love interest. And Teela got a big old attitude because Prince Adam didn't tell her that he was in fact He-Man because, maybe secrecy is a thing or something. I don't know. The whole thing was just a big pile of poop. Kevin Smith went on the attack. He went after YouTube channels that basically had found out this was kind of the plot line from trusted inside sources, and he went after them. He was generally a dill hole to the fan community who were kind of like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Is He-Man going to actually be in this show? Is it the Teela show? So after crying a bunch, because that seems to be what Kevin Smith does now, uh, Masters of the Universe Revolution is coming back to the, I guess, amusement, horror, meh of fans everywhere. Masters of the Universe Revolution executive producer tries to win back fans by promising Netflix sequel series will prominently feature He-Man. The fact that you have to say that means you royally screwed the F up in the first place. The fact that you have to say, hey, He-Man is going to be in Masters of the Universe, uh, that should be the point. But even the author is like, press X to doubt. Because we know how this goes. We know how current year Hollywood goes. Prince Adam is not allowed to be a, manly man with agency and outshine the female protagonist. And Evil Lynn is going to have an arc where she becomes a girl boss, I'm sure. Come on now. In a declaration, perhaps more than any in recent memory needs to be seen to be believed, Netflix Masters of the Universe Revelations executive producer Ted Basile has claimed that the animated sequel series, unlike its predecessor, Revelations, will actually explore what it means to be He-Man. Oh God, they're going to deconstruct him and make him a whiny crybaby. The Netflix director of original series offered this supposed tease of Revolution's narrative direction while speaking with SFX magazine in promotion of the series' upcoming January 25th premiere date. Asked what fans could expect from their next trip to Eternia, Basile asserted, quote, "This is a story that's going to explore what it means to be He-Man when a new responsibility falls on Adam." What, holding Teela's purse? Making sure girl night boss, doesn't have a cramp? Holding her Gatorade? I do think it's really interesting to explore what it's like when, as an adult, you know what you want to do and your parents also have expectations for you, he elaborated. How do you reconcile with that? Oh, so he's going to have bills and like a cable contract too? Then, making what can only be described as a Hail Mary for fan attention, Basili then answered his own question. We do it with an eye towards making sure fans know that He-Man is in 3.5 or 4 out of the 5 episodes. For how long? How many times do you kill He-Man in this show? He is He-Man in the show, he ultimately exclaimed. Again, for how long? Does Teela give him his power back? Is he not allowed to be as powerful as Teela? Does he stand here behind her and hold his merce? Unfortunately for Basili, it's unlikely that his desperate play will actually connect with any of the fans he's ostensibly trying to appeal to. As at this point in its history, He-Man continuation series has become almost synonymous with the term deception. Take, for example, the base fact that despite being marketed as a direct sequel series to the original Masters of the Universe cartoon, the previous entry, Revelations, is actually centered not on He-Man himself, but rather Teela and her quest to protect Eternia in the wake of his supposed death. She is woman, hear her roar. She's gonna knock down your damn door. Look how manly she looks too. Do you remember when She-Ra was like rocking in that daggone bikini? I mean, it wasn't practical. But we had Red Sonja. I mean, Brigitte Nielsen could look like she could kick some ass. But further, this is the same series for whose most famous moment. I only speak English and I still can't do that really great. Most famous moment came not in the actual show, but when showrunner Kevin Smith attempted to discredit a wholly accurate series spoiler report from YouTubers Neon and Geeky Sparkles. I love those guys. They are great. They are the most awesome. Clownfish TV. They are great. And they are just quirky. I love them. By outright lying about Revelation's plot. And then there's Basili's own prior admission that the series race-swapped both Andra and King Grayskull in order to trick audience into liking their own original characters, but the decision was made specifically despite a supposed lack of diversity among the franchise cast. In light of these very real and provable events, audiences have been left with little, if absolutely any reason to trust anything the series production crew may say in an attempt to boost watch numbers. Yeah, I'm not convinced that this is going to be super serial. We super serial will have He-Man in here, super for reals. No, I don't think so. To this end, it should be noted that at no point in Basili's recent statement does he ever explicitly confirm the capacity in which He-Man will appear in his 3.5 or 4 episodes. Again, he's going to be holding Teela's purse. Never her boobs, though, because she won't have boobs. Because we have defeminized most characters and made them masculine. Furthermore, at no point does Netflix ever use any language that would suggest the hero plays an actual central role in the series plot. No, it's Masters of the Universe, girl bosses, including He-Man a little bit. Thus, given their history of deception and willingness to run roughshod over the franchise's history, it currently stands well within the realm of possibility that rather than actually playing the part of the series protagonist, He-Man will instead appear in Revolutions as an introspective warrior whose heroism is impacted by his own self-doubt. Oh, dear God. You know, the kind of lead hero in another franchise starring Skeletor actor Mark Hamill. Oh my God, they're going to make him Jake Soywalker. FFS. I hate Hollywood. Stop doing this to our stuff. We fans collectively own this mythology of modern times. We are the entrusted holders of these myths in our heart. We are the ones that will pay. Look, I don't want to say the shameful amount that I have spent on Sailor Moon stuff. And I am, not even a rabid fan. But any chick that is kind of a spaz and just would like to eat noodles and, hang out with her boyfriend, I'm there. But what Hollywood doesn't understand is we are fans, diehard fans. We are the ones that keep the fires burning on these franchises that you want to wear as a skin suit to push your political message or, for modern audiences. You know, I know people that have spent buku money on some action figures or figurines or statuettes or whatever you would like to call them. Do not piss these people off. Do not take for granted the people that hold dear in their heart something special from their childhood, because you're corrupting this, you're doing this. We won't continue to watch. Ultimately, fans can discover the truth behind Basile's words when Masters of the Universe Revolutions hits Netflix on January 25th. I don't know. I can't tell if this is going to be must-miss TV. I am not confident that Prince Adam and He-Man aren't going to be anything more than, background characters so that girl bosses can save Eternia and go on and let evil Lynn, Here's the other thing, Hollywood. Some people are just a-holes. Look, some people are just evil. Not every villain needs this backstory of how some man done did him wrong or did her wrong. Some people are just jerkholes. I don't know why Hollywood is continuing to do this thing where we're giving the villains backstories to explainarate why they're evil dillholes. Some people are just evil. I just figured Skeletor was just evil because he's a skeleton and he can't pee. I don't know. I'd be pissed off if I was a skeleton. Or I'd turn into Skeletor. I don't know. But this need to explain and to, take away this, it's just, I don't like it. Look, it's not my jam. This is not going to sell. And Kevin Smith, I'm sure you're going to start crying. And look, it's Mo in the Deep 84 at Twitter, but I really don't know how to work Twitter. So if you want to yell at me, that's what it is. I don't have internalized misogyny. I just have low bullshittery index. I can't with you people. I have low use for the fact that my sons don't have, heroes they can look up to. They have men that will stand behind the women and hold their purses while they go save the universe. So there you go, Kevin Smith. If you want to get back to me. But I really can't work to Twitter, so kind of going to be a futile thing. But there you have it. Those are my thoughts. I am not holding out hope. I will not hold my breath. I will not give them the benefit of the doubt because you're a lying liarton who lies, Kevin Smith and Mr. Basile and Netflix. So good luck and Godspeed. I have no idea if this is going to float. Bye, guys.